Good morning, Devils fans. Thursday here. Still no Devils actual hockey, although we do get a practice here in about an hour or two from the time of this recording for the game tomorrow versus the New York Islanders. Reminder that does start at 7:30, not 7 o'clock, 7:30 for Friday night. I'm actually going to be at a rehearsal dinner for a wedding, the one whose bachelor party I was at not too long ago. So gotta figure out exactly how I'll be watching and gathering the game. But the groom is an Islanders fan, so we'll hopefully maybe have a big watch party going over that. But we'll see. Anywho, for today's video, I kind of wanted to do a bit of a roundup of some of the news I've either glossed over or haven't really touched on this past week, just going over the games and reacting to those and such. From the top, going to go over our injuries, as obviously that is the most important for our actual roster construction. And so off the top, we have Holla, who does seem to be out currently day to day. We should get an update on that here from practice today on if he will be playing or not, or that might be a game time decision. Hopefully he is. He has been playing pretty well. Has the empty net goal. I don't believe any of the production beyond that, but has been doing just fine. You know, bottom six type role for him, and that's really all we need him for. Drive play in the right direction, which so far he has been. So no big issues there. Beyond that, Keith Kincaid finally did come off of IR, practiced with the team a couple times, and was sent down to the AHL. For those of you that weren't aware, he is going to be playing for Chicago, not in Utica. Reason for that is he had already signed a contract there before he had signed with us. They do have the rights to him down there. So anytime he's in the AHL, he will be down with Chicago. But if he gets called up, he is completely ours. He did clear waivers, so no issues there. So we have a pretty good amount of goalie depth down between Vitek and Schmid, and now Kincaid and Shalgren. So any injuries we should be able to weather for the most part, assuming we get at least some average play out of each of those guys. Beyond that, Nosek also still hurt. Hopefully an update today, if not game time decision. That one's obviously not as critical as Holla, as we do have Lazar, but Lazar was sat in the last game. Tierney is not quite to the caliber of those two, in my opinion, so hopefully we get a good update on Nosek, who I thought had a fairly poor preseason. I actually think he has done pretty well here in the regular season. I think, the biggest one. Haven't touched on this one yet. No real update, but Nemec got hurt in not the last game, but the one before that down in Utica. He took basically a straight face dive into the boards, one of those rounded corners right by the benches. Basically, the move that it's scary. It's not a good move. He did come back and play in that third period, but then was pulled from the game. And no, I believe he came back in the second and then was pulled for the third period and then did not play or practice since. So, not looking the best. Really, my hope here is just they are playing it very safe. When I look at the long terms, we don't need to force him back in the games. It's just Utica. Hopefully, he is doing great, but as far as I'm aware, there has not been any updates on that since. So, obviously, trying to be optimistic around that, keeping an eye out for anything coming out more about Nemec, but not the greatest, not a good scene. It's definitely not a hit you want to see. It is something some other guys have dealt with and have been out a while when doing so. So hopefully that is not the case here. Hopefully just playing it safe, and we will get him back down in Utica here soon. Beyond that, there was a nice story as a bit more of a uplifter after the not so great Nemec news of some of our boys with Jack, Mikey, and Baller having all basically grown up, carpooling for the most part together, and playing in the greater Toronto area. A nice little piece from the team about them. Some quotes just talking about growing up as big hockey families, especially the McLeods and Hugheses. Mikey didn't really ever actually carpool with Jack himself, mostly Quinn, just because of the age gap, but he always knew about Jack, knew all the hype about Jack coming up and all that. Jack and Baller actually did carpool a bit together, but always seemed to always be playing against each other. And so they have this really awesome bond just from being really young and growing up. I think I got a little one waking up from a nap, so going to go take care of that. But really, decent timing by him as I was kind of rounding out this video here anyway. So yeah, quick one today, guys. Gonna finish it up. Go take care of my baby. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Game day. I'll have some updates from practice today, and we'll see what's going on. But yeah, see you tomorrow morning as always and forever. Let's go Devils.